Morning everyone. To be fair, it's bloody freezing. Whew. Anyway, just my father and son chronicles for 40k update. Yeah, we had another game in night. So, what have we been up to? Well, finally, Wayland Games came through. Only took 2 weeks for first class delivery. I thought that was really, really good of them. So they'll be getting a snotty email, another one. But anyway, so I got the Eldar stuff, which I've started. So started putting them together, which I do find it a bit odd. I mean, that this is an Eldar, supposed to be tall and slight, but it's the same height as a Space Marine, and the Space Marine is the same height as a normal human being. But I thought a Space Marine in massive armour was supposed to be huge. But obviously they keep everything the same size, but it seems a bit odd. But never mind. I'm sort of new to Games Workshop and their thinking, so I don't really know whether that's the norm or not. But yeah, quite funky. I've done this gun thing. Now it came with loads of options for this bit, but there, where I pointed to, I thought to myself I was going to magnetise it, but then I thought to myself, oh sod it. Because it's a slot fixing rather than a round fixing, so I was going to magnetise it that I could swap the guns out with it, whichever I used. But then I thought to myself, do you know what? It's a lot of effort for a project I'm doing that I want to just do with my son rather than. So I thought to myself, I'll choose the gun that I like the look of the most, and then before a game starts, I'll tell everybody what gun it is, even if it's not looking the same. I just thought to myself, no, I'm not going absolutely mad all the time. So anyway, if that's wrong, please comment below, and I will gratefully ignore it, because I'm not doing it to be completely accurate. And if I say at the beginning of a game that's a 6-pounder and not a 10-pounder, we've got it all sorted. Not going to be at a tournament, but yeah. Quite nice figures, quite nice detail, quite easy. But now, right, I have done a test piece, a test figure to work out my colour scheme, and I'm rather chuffed. I quite like the colour scheme. Here he is. Oh, in the magnificent. Yeah, I've gone for a sort of turquoise and white, and it's a basic colour scheme. But it stands out on the table. Let me just focus on him. He stands out there, and a few highlights. And my palette, I've not like my Napoleonics when you're doing a figure, you've got God knows how many paints and highlights and this, that, and the other. For this, let me count them: 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 colours, and that is including a wash. There's 2 reds, 2 turquoises, a wash, 2 whites, a dark grey, a black, a gold, and a bronze for everything. Now I'm thinking that is ample amount of colour, and I've come up with that, and I think that will do. And it's using a little colour I don't normally use, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Thought he looked quite cool. An army full of them. Well, a really small army. But right, and then this is the model that my son has been working on, and I polished it up and did it for him, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Did a bit of a paint your own banner, just sort of made it up as I went along, did that for him. Not the greatest, but yeah, so he did a lot of this, and then I just did the finer bits. I've got to do something, got to put a transfer on the shoulder pad, but I mean, he did a good job, and I've touched it up for him, and I did the line highlights for him. But other than that, he basically did most of it. I'm sort of trying to teach him various little bits, like that top bit was highlighted by dry brushing rather than lining in it and stuff like this. And then to be fair to him, he did all the highlights on the flag, which I thought he did a very good job of. So yeah, he's learning well, he's doing well. And then one night my back flared up again, so I was up most of the night. So I came down here and ended up painting this apothecary for him, which is a bit different. Don't actually know what this thing is, but he's different when he stands there and growls. So, focus. But yeah, quite chuffed with him. He didn't take too long, and I think when you put them next to him in they're the same army, I think they look quite good together. So against, so I mean about that Eldar, I mean he's about the same. So he's just a little bit slighter. You know, I always thought that a Space Marine was huge, or supposed to be huge, but now I've got something to compare it to, because I've never had anything to really compare it to. They just seem the same size. Seems a bit weird, but I don't know. I'm not an expert, am I? And then the only other thing we've been doing, I've been carrying on with the land speeder vehicle thing for him. To be fair, there's not much to show on that. All it is, I've painted it blue, washed it again, and now I've dry brushed it blue again, and then started picking out some bits and pieces of the personnel and painting basic colours. There's not a lot to show of that, but anyway, that's the progress. We do actually have another game in tonight, because he wants to have a go again, so if there's any more progress I'll probably put up another video, but there you go, short and sweet. Well, I will speak to you all soon. Bye.